everyone, welcome to my channel all about biology, and this is Jyoti Verma. Today we are going to discuss about shuttle systems. So, as you all know about the glycolysis, that in the process of glycolysis, one molecule of glucose gets broken down and it will form two molecules of pyruvate, and in the process of glycolysis there is net gain of 2 NADH. The process of glycolysis was taking place in the cytosol or the cytoplasm of the cell. So these 2 NADH needs to be transferred into the mitochondrial inner membrane so that they can take part in the electron transport chain. Okay, so these NADH cannot cross the membrane of mitochondria, so these needs to be transferred by means of special mechanism which is called as the shuttle system or shuttle mechanism. So what happens during glycolysis? 2 NADH are synthesized, but these NADH cannot cross the inner mitochondrial membrane, so these are shuttled by the shuttle system. So shuttle system is basically a system that helps the transfer of electrons from the NADH to the electron transport chain. Basically, the issue is that the NADH is in the cytosol and the electron transport chain is in the mitochondria, inner membrane of the mitochondria, and these NADH cannot cross the mitochondrial membrane, so these need to use some kind of system so that they can transfer their electrons to the electron transport chain, and this happens by means of shuttle system. So shuttle system basically helps in the transfer of electrons from the NADH to the electron transport chain. Now there are basically two types of shuttle system. First one is your malate aspartate shuttle, and the second one is your glycerol 3 phosphate shuttle. So this is the most commonly used shuttle system. Malate aspartate shuttle is the principal mechanism. It means that it is mostly used. So the electrons are carried into the mitochondrial matrix in the form of malate. Basically what happens in the cytoplasm? In the cytoplasm, oxaloacetate gets converted into malate by the use of cytoplasmic malate dehydrogenase, and in this process NADH transfers its electron to oxaloacetate and gets converted into NAD. So the electrons of the NADH are taken by oxaloacetate, and that oxaloacetate gets converted into malate. So now the electrons of the NADH are with malate, and that malate can enter into the mitochondrial matrix. So that malate carrying the electrons of the NADH enters into the mitochondrial matrix. Now what happens in the mitochondria? As this malate enters in the mitochondria, it gets converted into oxaloacetate again in the mitochondria by means of enzyme mitochondrial malate dehydrogenase, and in this process the malate that is carrying the electrons of the NADH transfers these electron to the NAD, and ultimately there is production of NADH in the mitochondrial matrix. So in this way NADH transfers its electron to the oxaloacetate, and the oxaloacetate gets converted into malate in the cytoplasm. That malate carrying the electrons crosses the mitochondrial membrane. These are carried up by means of special proteins through to the mitochondria. These electrons then are taken up by the NAD in the mitochondria, and there is regeneration of NADH in the mitochondria. Now this NADH can take part in the process of electron transport chain. So in this way, in the case of malate aspartate shuttle, we have a generation of NADH in the mitochondrial matrix by the transfer of electrons from malate. Now coming to glycerol 3-phosphate shuttle. So in the case of glycerol 3-phosphate shuttle, what happens in the cytoplasm, the dihydroxyacetone phosphate gets converted into glycerol 3-phosphate, and in this process NADH gets converted into NAD. So NADH transfers its electron to the dihydroxyacetone phosphate, which are ultimately transferred to the glycerol 3-phosphate, and this reaction is catalyzed by cytosolic glycerol 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. Now this glycerol 3-phosphate is reoxidized in the mitochondria. So this is your mitochondrial membrane, and this is a membrane bound glycerol 3-phosphate dehydrogenase in the mitochondrial membrane. So this is the mitochondrial membrane. This is your membrane bound glycerol 3-phosphate dehydrogenase that has an FAD inbuilt in it. The glycerol 3-phosphate on reaching the mitochondria will be converted into dihydroxyacetone phosphate again, and in this process what happens, the two electrons that were carried by glycerol 3-phosphate are taken up by FAD, and there is formation of FADH2. So there is conversion of NADH into FADH2 on reaching the mitochondria, and now this FADH2 will take part in the electron transport chain, and that will affect the ATP gain, because from one molecule of NADH you will be able to get 2.5 ATP. However, from one molecule of FADH2 you will be able to get only 1.5 ATP. That's why this is the variation of 30 to 32 ATP in the net gain in respiration. So the overall energetics of the respiration depends upon the types of the shuttle system used. If malate aspartate shuttle is used, then there is net gain of 2.5 ATP. But if glycerol 3-phosphate shuttle is used, then there is gain of 1.5 ATP. Why? Because in malate aspartate shuttle, NADH regenerated in the mitochondrial membrane. However, in the case of glycerol 3-phosphate shuttle, electrons from the NADH are transferred, but the ultimate product in the end was FADH2. Therefore, there is net gain of 1.5 ATP in glycerol 3-phosphate shuttle. However, there is net gain of 2.5 ATP in through the malate aspartate shuttle. So in the case of malate aspartate shuttle, the oxaloacetate that is present in the cytoplasm gets converted into the malate, and in this process the NADH donates its electron to the malate. Then the malate enters the mitochondrial matrix, from where it gets converted into the oxaloacetate, and in this process there is generation of NADH. So that is your malate aspartate shuttle, in which from the oxaloacetate there is formation of malate, and that malate carries the electrons from the NADH. That malate crosses the mitochondrial membrane. After that, the malate gets again converted into oxaloacetate, and in this process there is generation of NADH. After that, the oxaloacetate converts into aspartate, and the aspartate crosses the membrane and again reaches the cytosol. That's why it is called as the malate aspartate shuttle, because of the formation of malate and aspartate. So in this way, from the cytosol, NADH transfers its electron through malate, which crosses the membrane, and ultimately in the matrix
of the mitochondria, there is generation of NADH, and now this NADH reaches to the electron transport chain for further processing. Now let's discuss about the glycerol 3 phosphate shuttle. So in the cytosol, what happens? The dihydroxyacetone phosphate in the cytosol gets converted into glycerol 3 phosphate in the presence of cytosolic glycerol 3 phosphate dehydrogenase, and in this process the NADH undergoes oxidation. It gets converted into NAD and it will donate its electron to the glycerol 3 phosphate. So this glycerol 3 phosphate now reacts with the enzyme. This is a membrane bound enzyme which is called as glycerol 3 phosphate dehydrogenase. So glycerol 3 phosphate donates the electron to the FAD that is already bounded to the membrane of mitochondria, and in this way there is formation of FADH2. So you have to clearly focus it on that in the case of malate aspartate shuttle we have the formation of NADH in the mitochondrial membrane. However, in the case of glycerol 3 phosphate shuttle we have the formation of NADH is here in the cytosol. However, we have the formation of FADH2 in the mitochondria. That's why we are having the difference of energetics in the case of glycerol 3 phosphate shuttle, because there is formation of FADH2. Now when this FADH2 moves to the ETC, it will give you 1.5 ATP. So that is the difference between the malate aspartate shuttle and the glycerol 3 phosphate shuttle. So when malate aspartate shuttle is used, you have gain of 2.5 ATP, because in the case of malate aspartate shuttle there is formation of NADH. However, in the case of glycerol 3 phosphate shuttle there is formation of FADH2 in the mitochondrial membrane. That's why while going through ETC it will lead to the formation of 1.5 ATP.
So that is all about the shuttle systems. If you like the video, just subscribe to my channel for further updates. Thank you so much.